Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. So glad you're here today. Now today I'm working with this stamp set from Kraftin Kimmies. It's called Sweet Treats, and it's got these cute little animals, a couple of bunnies, and a cat. The cat with the envelope. The one bunny is just stuffed full of cookies and laying on its back, and the other one is in the candy dish. And you've got all these sweet sentiments as well. So this is what we're going to be working with. I'm working on. They're doing a February 1st challenge. They always do kind of a first of the month challenge, and I'm making the card for it. This is actually going to run the day before because I can't run it on my channel. I've got a hop going on February 1st. So I thought I'd go ahead and get this card ready, and I'll go ahead and load it, and then I can post the picture tomorrow for their little hop on my Instagram channel. But anyway, I'm just going to stamp out the cat with the envelope, and I've got a couple sentiments here. And I'm doing the cat on white. I'm going to color with my markers, and then I'm doing my sentiments on blue. I'm just going to stamp them on in black on the blue, and we'll add some color to our card. So I'm just going to get everything pressed down. I've got the wrong ink cube. I need this Versified Clair Nocturne ink. I'm going to stamp them up with this. It's good and dark, and I'm going to emboss it with some clear embossing powder. That just helps me with my coloring. It just makes it a lot easier when I do it that way. So I'll give them a couple good presses, and then we'll be good to go. I find that her stamps really press very well. When they're new, sometimes you want to give, multiple inkings just when they're fresh and they've not been used. So we're good to go. We've got our sentiments, and we've got our cute little kitten with the envelope packed full of hearts. Now the challenge was to do like hearts, Valentines, in a non-traditional color. And so that's what I'm doing. I've got the hearts, and it's going to be a little Valentine's card for my little granddaughter. She loves cats, and blue is her favorite color. So that's going to work out perfectly. Blue is not normally, I guess, a traditional color for Valentine's Day, so I think this will meet the challenge quite well. So we'll just get that clear embossing powder on there and get it cleaned up, and then I'll bring in my heat tool, and we'll get these ready for coloring and assemble our card. Now I don't like using embossing powder on my desk because it just winds up everywhere. So I've got one of those Swiffer cloths, and I just wipe off every little bit there. So I'm just getting my heat tool. We're going to get these heated up, and you can see they look wonderful. And I'm going to heat this one up. And it'll be good to go. So what I'm going to do is just bring in some colors. I've picked out some pattern paper that I'm not showing you yet, but I've picked out some colors that are going to match very nicely with this pattern paper and what I have planned for this card. So I'm going to use the pink for the little nose, the little pads, and the little tongue on the kitty cat. And I think I even do the insides of the ears as well. And I'm pulling up a picture for inspiration. My little goat I colored, I just wasn't satisfied with it, so I was trying to get some inspiration for the cat so that maybe I could color it a little bit nicer. And so I just pulled up a picture on my iPad there so I could kind of get some ideas from it. And I'm just going to do some coloring. This is going to be a little two-tone gray cat is what I'm going to do. I thought gray would go with my blue that I'm choosing to use, and I thought it'd be super sweet. So I'm going to speed this coloring up, and we'll get through it. Now, on the shading for this particular image, I just start out using two colors, and then I think I wind up bringing in another darker gray that I'll use on it just to make it show up a little bit more. My two colors that I chose were kind of close together, so I think I bring in a third. But as far as the blues, I'm just going to use 2 shades of blue and just keep this very simple with the coloring. And I think it turns out pretty cute. I was really pleased with it when I got finished. So this is a new release from Kraftin Kimmy, so you can check it out on the site. I'll link all the materials in the description box below so that you can check it out if you're interested. And I think this video is probably going to go up late because it's 10 till 10, and normally my videos release at 10 a.m. And I haven't even completed the voiceover, and then of course I have to get it uploaded and, you know, do all the bells and whistles and everything that you have to do with it. So I'm not sure what time it's going to run. I should have done the voiceover last night. I didn't think I was going to run it before the February 1st challenge just because it is a February 1st challenge. But in looking at my channel, I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to run it. So I thought I would just go ahead and get it on the 31st and then get the card in the folder so that Kim would have it and would be ready for whatever posting that she's going to do with it. So I'm just going to finish this up and it'll be good to go. So my cat's coming together. I think it looks super cute. And I'm going to add some more colors, some more stripes and stuff to just make it look kind of, you know, have some interest and not just be one plain color. I'm trying to add some striping to his face and his tail and his side, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Now here I am going to color my envelope, and I'm using the lighter, I think, of the blues to do my envelope. I'm using the darker to do the shadowing and that stuff. Now here I'm actually writing the number of each color down so that I know which one's lightest and which one's the darkest. I kind of, sometimes it's hard to tell from the caps and it can get confusing. Sometimes I'll pick up the wrong one. So I just wrote them there so that I knew if I'm grabbing the very lightest. I've got 3 colors. I guess I brought a third one in. I think I did that after I brought the third one in for the cat, and I decided that I needed to go ahead and go with my 3-color blend. And I'm just going to have the envelope be the lighter, and then my hearts that are inside be the darker. And I think it all comes together really cute. It's going to look really cute with the pattern paper that I've chosen. So I'm going to get it fussy cut out here, and then we'll be ready to start assembling our card. And I'm trying to get in around these hearts that are popping up there so that I don't have a lot of white. I will bring one of those blue markers back in and color any white that's showing, because I'm going to lay it on a blue panel, and so I can kind of make that, you know, outer edge disappear by coloring it in with the blue marker. At least it'll blend a little bit. And I struggled getting cut around this tail. So here I'm bringing in my blue marker, and I'm just going to edge it and just kind of make that white disappear a little bit. And I'm using the blue around the gray kitten because, as I said, he's going to be sitting on a blue piece of cardstock. So we'll just make the white kind of disappear. And here I'm trying to cut in close around that tail, and I really kind of struggled with it. And I'm just turning it to try and get it cut out so I won't have a piece, a little corner piece stuck in there. And I think there, I get it all cut out, and then I'm going to go ahead and go around it with my marker again and make sure that it's all colored in. I just realized I was getting some noise from the TV in the background. My grandson's in there watching Old MacDonald. They were singing Old MacDonald. He's watching I don't know, it's a kid's video, learning their ABCs and stuff like that, which he already knows all of his ABCs and can count and everything. But anyway, they love watching those educational shows. So I have got all of my coloring done, and I think it looks super cute. I'm just going to bring in a side folding card base, and I've used this frame die to create a backdrop for my kitty. And you can see why I chose the colors that I chose, because of this pattern paper. I thought this was super cute, and it certainly goes with the Hearts Valentine theme of the challenge. And the color is, you know, what I'm calling non-traditional. And I think it looks really pretty. I think this is called A2 lattice die is what this is called. I'll link it in the description box below. I love this die. Now I've got a scrap piece of blue, and I'm bringing in a new embossing folder that I have, and I'm going to emboss this panel, and then we'll get it laid down. And I think it just helped to add a little bit of texture and additional interest to the card. Since I'm going tone on tone, I thought I should kind of try to make it a little bit interesting, because we're just, you know, layering blue on top of blue on top of blue. So we get that laid down on there, and then I just need to figure out where I want to position my kitty. I'm going to bring in some foam tape and pop it up. And I'm going to use some wider foam tape, and then I'll get a narrow piece to fill in there, and then we'll cut some teeny tiny pieces to go on the towel so that it doesn't get bent, in the envelope or through the mail or whatever. I'm making this for my granddaughter, so I'll put it in the mailbox for her. So that for the holidays, I like to make all the little grandkids cards, and my daughter lives close by, so I usually stick the 3 of theirs in their mailbox. That way they find them. And then I mail to my other 2 grandkids, I mail them out because they live out of town. So I have got my sentiments here on the blue, and I'm just going to bring in one of my dies that I like to use for my sentiments. And I also cut these little hearts out of what was remaining of that pattern paper that I used my frame on. So I've got 5 hearts there, and I'll use the 3 of those on the outside, I think, and I'll put a couple on the inside and just add some additional interest to this card. So I'm just cutting some real tiny pieces of foam tape, sticking them on the back of there, and we're going to use those as our embellishments for our card. Now here's where I'm going to grab my dies. I have a die set that has a lot of various sizes that's perfect for sentiments, and so I'm grabbing it, and we'll get these cut out, and then we'll have our sentiments. And for the sentiments, I chose sending loves and hugs, and then for the inside, a treat for someone sweet, and I thought those would be really cute. So I need a couple different dies because this one is wider and the other one's narrow, and I was trying to tape it down with these tiny little pieces, and it's not working, so I'm going to bring in a big piece of tape and just get it slapped down on there, get them laid down, and get them cut out. So I'm making this far more fussy than it needs to be. So just get this one taped down and we'll be good to go. So here we go. We'll pop these out. I need to get some mint tape. This pixie tape, I love it, but it's a little bit too strong. Sometimes it'll tear your cardstock. But it didn't with these, but sometimes it will. I thought I'd just angle this. I kind of have the cat laying on there on an angle, and I thought I would just angle this and just kind of make it kind of whimsical and get this laid down on there. And I think it looks cute. So I'm just going to add a couple of hearts. I'll put 1 at the bottom. I'm going to put 2 at the top and just kind of overlap them and get them laid down on there. And then on the inside, I'd kind of got some glue on the top corner, and when I went to open it, it kind of tore the paper a little bit. So I'm going to I'm looking for the scrap that I die cut the hearts out of. It was actually in the trash. I went and dug it out. And I'm going to use it to cover up the area in which I messed it up. There's always ways to kind of overcome your little paper woes that you have, but sometimes if you get a little tiny bit of glue, it can get on the inside and glue your cover to your back panel, and then you try to pull it apart, and it just kind of rips a little bit of the top layer of the paper off. So that's what happened. So I think this is cute. It was, I guess, a happy mistake because I wouldn't have thought to add this. I think it adds some definite interest to the inside of the card. And I'm going to get this sentiment down, and then I'm going to add some more hearts just to, I've got the hearts, so I'm just going to add them and use them, and I think it's going to be a cute addition to the inside of the card. And I had a little bit of glue there, so I just cleaned it off. And there we go. That finishes up our card. I think it is super cute. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.